Hello, dear friends and colleagues. Today I want to talk to you about being assertive in the court as a court interpreter. A few days ago, there was an image on social media depicting a little doggy who had his face stuck inside this little plastic container, and it was really funny. But I remarked in one of the comments that reminded me of an image that I've seen in some courtrooms. Not very often, but sometimes, where you find some court interpreters who are interpreting using this black thing that covers their mouth, part of their face, and they're using it, I think, to interpret. I said that reminded me of a dog's muzzle, and that I don't understand why interpreters use that. If it's equipment, certainly there are better options than wearing that. And if it is for some other reason, I don't understand what it could be. Obviously, the sound gets blocked and captured inside that container. And also, it doesn't look very healthy. It doesn't look like it's very good for your health, or for sanitary purposes either. It could have all kinds of germs in there, even either your own or somebody else's, from being using that thing before you. So a lot of people laughed when I made these comments, but some people said something that I got to think about. People said, well, you have to wear that when the judge orders you to wear it to interpret. Some other people even said that some judges apparently order you to wear it when they order you to do simultaneous interpreting by sitting next to the defendant. And that really concerned me, because the judge is the maximum authority in the courtroom, but the judge should not interfere with interpreters doing their job. And to me, for a judge to order you what kind of equipment to use or where to sit is really not appropriate. Remember that your job is to interpret the proceedings to the best of your ability, to be very professional, and to apply all your efforts to do a good job. And for that, you have to be interpreting from a place where you can see everything, where you can hear everything, and also where you are safe. And sitting next to a defendant is not really the safest place in the courtroom. You don't know if that person is violent or if that person has a disease that is contagious. So that's really not the best place. On top of that, it sends the wrong message to the jury, if there is a jury involved, because people might think that you're part of the defense team, which you really are not. And this doesn't only apply to criminal cases. It applies to any other kind of litigation in court. Civil cases, family cases, immigration cases, etc. We interpreters have to find a place where we can do our job the best possible way. And we as interpreters are the ones that pick and choose the equipment that we think is going to get the job done. Remember, we are officers of the court. Indeed, the judge is the maximum authority, and the judge can order us to do things, and as long as these are lawful orders, we must comply. On the other hand, we cannot just take everything the judge says and go and do it. If we think that that is going to harm our service, we must be assertive. Remember, we're officers of the court, and we have to tell the judge, Your Honor, we're not going to do this because of this reason or that reason. This is not convenient, and explain it to the judge. I'm not saying to be confrontational, but explain it. If the judge is a decent human being, the judge will understand what your job is, and they will oblige. Now, it's true that sometimes judges don't know a lot of what we do. It happened to me one time that a judge asked me, as I was interpreting, to please speak as little as possible. Of course, I requested a sidebar, and I told the judge, I cannot interpret unless I talk. The judge understood, the judge agreed, he kind of chuckled about it, and then I did my job the way I had to do my job. So the message here is not just about wearing that muzzle in court, but about anything else that sometimes judges might tell you that you don't think is going to help you do your job, and that you don't think is a lawful order. Remember, you are officers of the court, and you have a right to raise your voice and explain your case, present your case to the judge and to the attorneys. And hopefully, if it's a good judge, if it's somebody that understands, and if you're not abusing of this duty and privilege by requesting all kinds of frivolous things, your job will be better. So, please remember, you are an officer of the court. Please remember, the judge is not king, he's just the judge. And please be assertive to do your job the best possible way in any court, anywhere in the world. At least that is my opinion. Thank you very much.